Hello, folks. As we know that LastPass has been hacked, breached, account has been stolen, millions of accounts, including mine. So it's time to do some changes. It's time to do some upgrades, right? So what are the options? What do you think as a user? Like I myself in this position, I wanted to make changes. Hey, I don't want to use LastPass anymore. What are the options? And especially there are, if you're Apple MacBook user, there's also some native capability available. So in this video, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do some comparison based on the feature and capabilities, the encryption, and we'll see which one is better option. So and then you will be able to decide which one is going to work best for you. And also I'm going to share what am I doing it, what's my change with this last password, and which new product am I going to use. So let's get into it. All right, so in this video we will compare these different password management. As we all know that LastPass has been hacked. Even my account there, I'm still migrating, so I don't feel comfortable keeping my password management here anymore. So in this video, what I'm going to do for my personal use, I will share, and based on the research, I found out a couple of more options available in the industry, and we'll see. And then you will be able to decide which one works for you. So let's take a look. The one we have is a paid version, and the other one we have is the free version. So 1Password is pretty known, pretty common. I've been hearing a lot about it, and has a lot to offer. So basically, I was going through on a high level overview where they have already provided a comparison on their website that how 1Password is better than LastPass or Keeper or Bitwarden, and what are the features and capabilities. So we'll look into that. So one of the biggest features they have, which no one seems to be offer, is they have a unique dual key encryption. So if you need to access your account, you need to have access to both keys. So which is something I have not come across in other product, and which just looks pretty state of the art, that you are not depending on one key. You will need more than one to access to your account. They have secure remote password, basically where they could be intercepted. So they will send you the password authentication. Usually what happens, if you it can be second form of authentication, and which is on a secure channel. This is very common. And not the Microsoft, but Apple keychain also uses that through their hardware secure module. So they do have that here as well. Vault encryption, which pretty much everyone seems to offer. So these two features they claim that nobody offers, but here we do not see the comparison from Apple keychain, and Apple keychain do offer that as well. Vault encryption pretty much across the same. URL encryption, and this is important because this is what made LastPass also one of the reasons for compromise, because the URL for the most of the site when you go and encrypt your password was not encrypted. So basically, you go to a website and put your username and password. This URL is unencrypted, and the attacker would know which website are unencrypted, and then they will have the visibility, and it is a risk for the phishing attempt as well. So that's one of the good feature which I'm surprised then LastPass do not offer. However, Keeper and Bitwarden, they both have this feature. Item title encryption. So it's talking about a credit card from a cookie. That's also surprising that LastPass do not have that, because this is a very important piece of information that your credit card um, has to be encrypted, because that's the data, the card number itself, if not the card number but the last four digit of the card or the expiration date, along those lines, that has to be encrypted, and which they do not seem to offer based on this website. So I have not confirmed on LastPass, I'm just going through it. Vault title encryption also. So if you name your vault whatever the name you wanted to keep it, they also encrypt it. It does not give it clear text. So these are, in my opinion, important, and they reviewed it on January 6th. So I think it's after the breach of what last month they had. It's a very good information available. So Bitwarden, Keeper, and all that. So next thing, what you want to do, you can switch it. If you want to switch it, they are, I believe, offering a free switching from LastPass. So if you want to switch it and from LastPass, they will do it for you, or you want to go for the whatever the paid or free version you wanted to do it. They do have a different pricing model, which here basically I was looking, I was ready to switch, but I'm not doing it now because I'm not switching to one pass. I will share with you what I'm going to do now. But here, I think we have to look into the pricing because you need to know the pricing. That's important. So we have these pricing for up to 10 user. Basically, if you're a single user, um, I think they have a separate price for personal user, which I have to check. So here we have personal, which is if you pay for a full 4 year, it's unbeatable. Like what? Less than $40 a year, uh, which looks pretty good. But if you want to have it with 4 more family members, you can do that. Here is for the business. So yes, I mean that's not pricey at all. I mean $40 for a year. If you're in US, that's pretty reasonable price because I live in New York, New Jersey area, and for me to go to from New Jersey to New York on George Washington Bridge is pretty much 17, 18, or $20. So imagine that. Now we come back here to Bitwarden, and I was looking at their features, and they looks pretty good. But good thing is that they pretty much offer the same thing. When we were comparing dual key encryption, they don't have that. I was trying to look at the same feature and comparison, but uh, other than that, they are pretty solid. And good thing is that it's free. Even on a free version, they have end-to-end 256-bit encryption, salted hashing. You can look into the vault security. How do they secure the vault? End-to-end encryption, user administration. So they look pretty robust, top of the game. It works across all those platform or client basically. So if you wanted to use a free product, you can check it out. Plus, they are audited by third party audit. They are open source. They have been on so many cybersecurity programs and all that. You can find all that available. They have the security assessment reports, network security assessment. If you are systems and network engineers and you really want to get into that, you can find out more information. So they are being open source, being transparent, make them pretty good in their game, and they have prices like this. If you wanted to have a business, this is a business prices, and they have a personal one, you pay nothing. Or here, if you wanted to have a multi-factor authentication, basically if you wanted to log into this portal, um, and so this is where additional layer of security, which I would highly recommend. That emergency access they have, so in case if you lose some password, something along those lines, they have a Bitwarden authenticator. I believe this is the authenticator app like Google or Microsoft app. They can give you even security reports, which will have some more information about your logging and your user activity and all that stuff. And then if you need more accounts, this is a family one. So let's say if you're a single person, single user who wanted to use it, it's a $1 a month, $12. So if you look at the price for here, for personal one, $3, 36 something more or less. And here, if you wanted to have these features, um, it's $1 a month, which is nothing. And you can also have a free option, but I would highly recommend because multi-factor authentication is very important, because if your account get hacked or lost, you lose pretty much everything. So you wanted to have extra layer of protection if you want to go to that route. So last but not least, I myself have been migrating from LastPass basically. So what I ended up using is uh, Apple's keychain, which I already have on my Safari. I'm using it. But if I have to consider, I will buy this $1 where Safari would not work or Apple device would not work. So I have an iPhone, all Mac devices, and everything across. So keychain works for me perfectly. But there are some situations where it may not work. So only that business case or use case I have to go with that option. Other than that, here cloud chain protection, they use state of the art, two different AES. So here they use two different keys, right? One is for table metadata and other one is for per row key, means for every row key they have this metadata. All attributes is encrypted within the metadata to speed searches, and the secret value is encrypted with the secret key. So they use these two keys here. So I believe when we were looking at the comparison somewhere here for the this one password, um, so it was pretty much the same thing. They were saying they use two different keys. So we can see here even the cloud data protection has these two key. On top of that, they have the keychain implement SQL Lite database stored in your MacBook or file system. So this is pretty granular and from the security point of view. So I have not seen any issues using on my multiple devices. But if there are situation, if there are so many passwords, if you're running into issues, you can or you may want to look into Bitwarden, or if you wanted to have a different browser, for example, if you have Windows and Chrome, then you may want to consider $1 version. In my opinion, you can look into that for the Bitwarden. All right, so that's being said, my like this Apple has a lot of features, security in their iCloud chain and keychain here. So you may want to consider if you're an Apple or Mac user. I think you are good with that. Just if not, there if you're Windows and still you wanted to have third-party different browser, then in my opinion, you cannot go wrong with the Bitwarden's $1 feature because you get the same level of security. So it doesn't hurt to have this product. So I hope you like it. Let me know in your comments which product you already using it, which product you're gonna go with. What's your experience with that? I'm more than happy and would like to hear from you. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.